are the exterminator. Only we can tell you what is true. There is a snitch inside the prison, preparing to testify against our truth. Kill the snitch, and we will let you out.
Let me help! Oh, seeing things again.
Here we go.
You!
We got fucking laws around here! We got fucking laws! Laws! God damn it! We don't interrupt an ongoing investigation!
I told him everything I know.
What's mine? Not in this man's America! Lights out!
Down this way.
We're here to keep you safe.
Easterman said it's a science market. Results sell themselves.
Let no one blow it out. No one. Let it down, let it down, let it down. Let no one blow it out.
We're here to keep you safe and free.
He's watching. He's always watching.
Oh my! Oh, please, no more! Please, no! No more! I'm fucking begging you!
Right this way.
You're not him. Are you?
I want everybody dead!
Slippery. Soft. Not. No.
I'll do anything you want. Just get me out of here. Please. You know you can't trust them. Don't you? Goddamn dogs. You really think following Murkoff's orders is gonna get you free?
house call. Hell.
Do you?
Gang up on me!
Wait for folks to be here. Why you running?
Healthy respect for authority is key to productive healing.
Nobody likes a fucking snitch. Put the clothes and confess. You damn well will. Look. Over there. Watch it.
I did everything Rukov wanted me to. Just like you're doing now. Protect. I live here.
Healthy respect for authority is key to productive healing.
Always have. Always nothing.
Respect for authority is key to productive. Healthy respect for authority is key to productive healing.
Just think about what you're doing. We're not like them. I did everything Rukov wanted me to. Just like you're doing now. It would get better. I'd be free. You think hurting me will get you out of this place? You pathetic shit.
Hey! I don't want a single one of them bastards walking off the floor.
Oh, please, please. No. Oh, stop. Stop, you little son of a bitch. You think hurting me will get you out of this place? You pathetic shit.
Crawling back. Nobody ever really loses a taste for the club.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just stop.
That fuck sticker!
That's right. I'm sorry.
Shit! He ain't done! Now, you're gonna pay this back in spades!
Hey, you!
Come on! Don't make you go overlook her shit. I'll see you shit raw! Ain't you a daisy? Officer Riss. Long name.
Damn near perfect. I'd almost think you're the one teaching me.